Well, hello, Pioneer fans. It's finally basketball season, and this is our LIU Post Women's Basketball Preview. I'm Rick Rossetto here with the head coach of the Pioneers, the defending East Coast Conference Coach of the Year, Deirdre Moore. And Coach, we got to recap a little last year. Let's break it down a little in context. A great regular season, winning the conference. The postseason tournament, you had a little stumble there, but you make it to the NCAA East region. You win 2 games impressively with last-second jumpers here or there, some craziness, and make it all the way to that third round. Talk about the milestones that were set for your program last year.
Last year was exciting. It was exciting. We started out slow. We split with Southern New Hampshire and St. A's, and as I like to say, Bob Sugar always reminds me, we were 5-4 at one point. And then, just sometime after Christmas, the kids, they just started playing better. They started playing harder, and we won a bunch of games there late in the regular season, and it just kind of propelled us into the NCAA tournament. It was really kind of nice to get the monkey off our back, especially with the win over Assumption and the last second shot, obviously, by Alexis Peters. And then the Adelphi game, I think that we just kind of relaxed and played, and that's the way that they had played certainly all January and all February. So it was a great run in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, we came up against Bentley and the Giant, and they sent us home. But it was nice to make it to the Sweet 16. Certainly for me, that was the first time that I had ever been there, and for the players as well.
Now, last year's team was very senior heavy, obviously with Alexis Peters, Kenyatta Sears, Shayna Gatling, to name a few. How important was it for them, your mindset as a coach, for them there last year to make it that far and to take the program to all these new heights, something that really hadn't been done in quite some time?
Well, I was happy for them. That group of seniors, Nigel LaCourte also had come in as freshmen and won the ECC championship up in Bridgeport as freshmen, and Alexis Peters had a steal late in that game, but they didn't really play a whole lot, with the exception of probably Alexis Peters. They didn't really play a whole lot that freshman year when they won the ECC championship. So to have them be seniors and to be counted on, and for them to help us to do as well as we did last year, had to be something that they will remember forever. So I was happy for them. You always want to see growth in your players. They come in on one level of maturity, and then they mature. So I was happy for them to see them go out on top in that way.
Now, this year, obviously, it's somewhat of a different roster, a lot of new players that come in, but the one constant from last year is the player of the year, the preseason player of the year in Chelsea Williams. Talk about her mentality and how really she's going to be the driving force this year for this team as the main scoring threat, and basically just how she gets the free throw line so many times in the season. It's crazy how good she is.
Yeah. You know what? Chelsea Williams is a go-getter. She's a winner every single level in so many different aspects. And she had an incredible year last year, and she is even more motivated, if that's possible, this year. She's the driving force. She's our leader. She's our leader. She's our captain. She's our best player. She's our go-to player. She's the voice that you hear on the court. And like I said, her motivation is high. She wants to do well. She's not a complacent person. She's not satisfied with just, having a good career up to this point. She wants to go out on top. And the one thing that kind of eludes Chelsea Williams is the conference championship. So, it's something that I know that she wants to try to accomplish. She wants to try to help the program get back to that level. And she's going to do anything that she can to help us get there.
You bring back some role players from last year, Jalen Brown, Nyasia Davis, Quenisha Ratley, but a lot of new faces have come into the program, a lot of players that will make an immediate impact on the LIU Plus roster. So let's talk a little bit about the new players that have come in. Who are we looking for? Who's going to be in that starting 5 this coming weekend, and who do you see being a big threat down the stretch?
Okay. Well, like you said, with Chelsea Williams, Nyasia Davis, and Quenisha Ratley, those 3, I call them the 3 staples. They're the staples of our program returning from last year. So you'll see those 3 in the starting lineup. Joining them, you'll see Ashley Castle, who's a transfer from Bowie State, very talented guard, very savvy with the ball. She can score the ball. and Essence Casey will round out that starting five. Essence Casey actually comes to us as a walk-on. It just kind of reminds us of Alexis Peters coming in her freshman year as a walk-on and then playing her way, obviously into a prominent role. And so that's probably the five that you're going to see start this weekend. And then we added Kalinka DeRoche, we added Kia Gibbs, they're both juniors. We have Taylor Holsby, Alexis Bean, and Jasmine Bailey, all in that freshman class. So, we have a lot of new faces. We're going to try to play the same style, just trying to build a habit of winning and competing hard. But we're going to be different. We're going to be different than we were last year. And from year to year, each team develops its own identity. So we'll see what this team wants to hang its hat on.
Now, the first 3 games of the year, first 2 games are this weekend, Friday and Saturday, at the ECC Northeast 10 Challenge in Garden City. First games against the Delphi. Again, saw them in the NCAA East region. Now you open the season with them. It seems like you can't get rid of your local rivals. But then after that, you play Pace, and then a tough midweek game against Bloomfield. Yeah. You really didn't do yourself any favors with the scheduling this year, did you?
No, this schedule is very, 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 very tough. You make mention of Adelphi. We beat them by 2 in the round of 32 up at the NCAA tournament. And I don't know if you remember, we played them last year, and it was a close game. And the previous year, with Hurricane Sandy, it was supposed to be our home game here at Post. We had to play it over there. It's always a good contest. Post and Delphi is a good matchup in any sport. But certainly basketball, they're going to be looking for us over there. So hopefully we bring our A game. And then, like you said, we turn around, we play Pace the second day of a back-to-back, and they have good shooters over there. So we're playing on a neutral court. So again, hopefully we can play well, on both of those days. Early in the season, you're just looking for quality performance efforts. You want to be consistent. And, the offense is always going to kind of be lagging behind. So defensively, we want to try to be tight. But you're right about Bloomfield. We had a hard time with them over in Bloomfield in New Jersey last year. And now we got to play them here, and their guards are lightning quick. And then don't forget, after Thanksgiving, we go up to Massachusetts and we play Merrimack Assumption back-to-back. So we only have 1 home game this semester. It'll be against Bloomfield. We come back, we go to Bridgeport, we go to Down, we go to UDC. So, we'll see. We get to see what we're made of. We get to see what's inside of us.
So the very first weekend, Adelphi and Pace over in Garden City at the ECC NE10 Challenge. Visit LIUPostPioneers.com for all the information about the team, the schedule, everything you want to know about the Pioneers. Head coach Deirdre Moore, thanks for the time. Best luck to you as the season starts up.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.